Salut pour tous et soyez les bienvenus dans le programme Planète Équitable avec Eder Zanetti. We are talking about climate solutions and we looked into the climate issue regarding the increase of temperature and the increase of CO2 levels and how they affect the rural and urban areas in municipalities around the globe. We saw that there is an urgent need to reduce emissions in the urban areas. This increase on CO2 levels and temperature are killing people in the urban areas, so we saw a lot of alternatives to reduce emissions, and we start talking about how to increase removals of CO2 by implementing a green infrastructure. And then we looked at this green infrastructure in rural areas, and we saw that when we applied the concept, we release a lot of spaces on rural areas for the implementation of a gray infrastructure, which will actually allow us to implement sustainable development practices that can actually bring the whole city together into this green economy. Therefore, the increase on CO2 levels and temperature which is killing people in the cities is promoting the spreading of life in rural areas. We looked at it and we saw that this increase on temperature and CO2 levels will allow biodiversity to spread all over the planet, together with the dangerous infectious disease that are within the native areas, and the tropics especially. Well, and then we start looking on what are the solutions that I can apply to the rural areas in the planet. And then we are looking into an environment that is composed basically by vegetation, from grasses to trees, passing by banana, pineapples, and all the vegetation on the planet is fed by CO2. So this increase on CO2 levels, which is fertilizing those areas, and with an increase in infrastructure, we have adequate conditions to implement sustainable development. And that's what we will be discussing in the next chapters. Let God's peace and the love that builds be our weapons on our daily struggle for justice. Eder Zanetti, Futuro les Amis Africanos.